Good Sunday afternoon. Cecil Pearson Jr. coming at you here live on YouTube. I'll tell a little story about what just happened. It's really interesting. I'm sitting here at the Walmart now in the parking lot. And Gail and the boys are inside. Paid up a few things they need at the house. But hey Jackie, Adrian, there's Sister Chrissy. But the title of this is Everybody Wants to Go to Heaven. But not many people want to put in the work to get there. And today's a prime example of that. Hey, Brother Brent, Laura, Minister and the Gangster, Squidward, Diana, Terry, Lisa, Logan, Bud, Hallelujah, Amen, Indian, Creek, Tony, Jules. See, we done something today that we don't normally do because, well, we don't like to waste money. But I woke up this morning and I just felt like I wanted to take the boys because they've been real good and they helped a lot with us with the rabbit pens, and Gail helped me with the rabbit pens. I just felt like I wanted to take them out to the Huddle House for breakfast. And that's not something that we do a lot of because, like I say, that's a waste of money. But I didn't want nobody to have to cook breakfast this morning, so I took John and Augie and Gail. We come over here to Campbellsville to the Huddle House. Well, we got a new waitress. We had to sit and wait to get in. When we finally got in, lady come over and she took the order. She's new. She didn't put but half the order in. So Gail and John got their portion of the food, but me and Augie didn't get ours. And she kept coming back to the table. Oh, it'll be here in just a little bit. Oh, it'll be here in just a little bit. And I said, well, I certainly hope that it is, because if they get done eating before mine and Augie's food gets here, we're not going to have it. Yet they can keep it. I just pay for what we've eaten and we can leave. And then it kind of struck me. My brother Cecil, that was kind of rude. And I said, well, Lord, what ought I do? So I just sat there. Sure enough, here come part of my food. But she had the order wrong. I said, no, this is not what I want. I'm after the hash browns, not the sausage and biscuits. He said, okay, I got you. And she brought that over and she set it down with a toast. She didn't bring my waffle. I said, ma'am, I really, really, really hate to say this, but where's my waffle? Oh, I'm sorry. I got you. Ellie went back and she got my waffle ready. And she brought it out there. No, there was no miscommunication. The waitress didn't put in half the order. Stop second guessing me. I know what I'm doing. I've done it before. Okie dokie. Have a nice day now. I had gotten really aggravated because when I spend my hard-earned money on food out, I expect it to be right, I expect it to be timely, and I expect it to be the way that it ought to be. But it wasn't. It wasn't timely. We were an hour and a half getting food. It wasn't what I ordered. John's wasn't what he ordered. I was like, I really don't think I need to come back here anymore. Well, a lady come over, manager did, and she gave me this to use for the day. I didn't use it. No, sir. The Lord dealt with me. And the lady come over and she said, I'm really, really sorry about all this. I said, you know what? You're new and stuff happens. You got to learn just like everybody else has to learn. And I'm glad you picked me to learn on. I'm not upset with you. We're all good. And she said, well, I sure do appreciate that. This is only my third day. I said, well, it's not your fault that the managers aren't giving you proper training. They need to give you proper training. And that's not your fault. You're doing the best you can do with the knowledge that you got. And I hope the Lord blesses you, and I hope you have a better day. And she said, well, thank you, sir. And I got to sitting there thinking, and it just kept hitting my head. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to do the work that's required to get in. Now, I could have been a complete and total jackwagon. I could have slung a fit. I could and had every right to do so. But I could have just thrown a fit. I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for that. This and that. I could have just had a fit. But what would it have served other than getting that young girl fired? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But being patient and being kind and showing forgiveness to her like the Father shows to us when we make mistakes, when we don't get things perfect in a timely manner, it makes a little difference in her life as well as mine. Now I realize that this is just so simple, but how many times is this overlooked in our everyday lives when we lose patience with the people that are around us that are simply doing the best that they can do with everything that they've got? Instead of passing judgment and being ugly and nasty, practice what you preach and love one another. Have compassion and mercy for one another. Show the same grace to other people that God has shown you. Show the same forgiveness to other people that God has shown you. And then, see, your spirit starts to grow and you start to learn things on the inside. You start to feel and learn things differently than most people learn. You start to do things differently than most everybody else does things. You start to find out what it really means to be a Christian. You start to find out what it really means to be a child of God. But you cannot be a child of God while you walking in a Satan meat suit, losing your patience, getting aggravated, yelling and screaming and hollering at everybody, just being a downright Karen. There's no love and compassion in that. There is no Jesus in that. There's no grace. There's no mercy. There's no forgiveness. How would it be if God looked at you and treated you the same way you treated the last waitress you had? How would it be if God looked at you and treated you the same way that you treated the last grocery bagger you had? Or the last garbage man that you had? How would it be? How would it be if God treated you like you treat the other people that work and live around you? How would you fare? Because see, it goes back to Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. Judge not, lest ye be judged. By the same that thou hast judged. The same manner. That's Jesus telling us we are going to be treated by God the same way we treat those that are around us. You understand that? That is God, only Son Jesus, telling us that we are going to be served the same measure of judgment that we serve on somebody else. We're going to be given the same manner of grace that we show, the same manner of forgiveness that we show, the same manner of mercy that we show. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get back. You're going to reap what you sow. That's what you're going to get back. How would it be if God treated you the exact same way you treated that gas station attendant, the clerk at your convenience store, the cashier in the Walmart, or the cart wrangler at the Walmart, or the usher at the movie theater, or the waitress down at the local diner? How would you feel if God treated you the same way you treat the people that are alive and moving around you in and out of your life? How would it be if God treated you the same way you treated others? Would you get very far with God? I doubt it. I really do. I doubt it. And it's sad, because you walk around with the mantle of Christian, wearing the mantle of Christian, acting nothing like Jesus would have acted, doing nothing that Jesus told you to do. But you wear that mantle because it looks good on a resume or a job application. You need to wear that mantle because you want your name written down in the Lamb's Book of Life, not because you're after a paycheck. Not because you're after an attaboy, or that's the way things ought to be. You need to wear that mantle because you believe it, you live it, you eat it, you sleep it, you breathe it. Christianity is not something you can simply take off and lay by the roadside when you get tired of wearing it. It's not something that you can just take off and hang up when you get home or when you walk into a store. It's something that you've got to wear all the time, not just a little bit of the time. Honey, I got people all over the parking lot looking at me right now. You think I care? Whoa, mercy, no, I don't. Christianity is not something you can just take off and lay down and then pick it back up and put it back on. Christianity is something you got to wear all the time. It's something that you got to keep on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. It is not something that can just be set aside when it don't suit you or the way that you think you are to be acting. Christianity is supposed to define who you are. Not you define what Christianity is, but Christianity defines what you are. And when you say I'm a Christian, it means you're supposed to be acting Christ-like. And honey, if you out showing yourself with every person you come in contact with, you are not acting like Jesus. How you doing? Hello? This thing on? I didn't plan on being on here today. We finally got done with them rabbit pens yesterday. And the only thing I wanted to do today was sit at home and stream. And then it was, nope, you need to go to the huddle house. And now I know why. It was a message waiting in the huddle house. It was a message waiting in the huddle house. God works in mysterious ways. And he prods, and he pokes, and he pushes, and he pulls on just the right levers to get things moving just like he needs them to move, like he needed somebody to hear this today. Christianity is not a coat that you can put on because you need to feel warm when the world's cold outside. Christianity is not an air conditioner that you can walk over and turn on when the world's hot and you need to feel cool. Christianity is something that you keep with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You have to. When you put on that whole armor of God, you're never supposed to take it off. Not ever. And it would serve each and every one of us, including me, to remember we're going to be served by God the same manner of compassion, forgiveness, love, grace, and mercy that we show other folk. We're going to be judged just like we judged others. So when you look down your nose of self-righteousness over your glasses of indignation at somebody and judge their life, you better know God's going to be looking at you judging yours the same way you did theirs. You better know it. And when you run around talking, gossiping, and trying to destroy somebody, you better know God's going to be laying in the tall grass waiting on you to die. You're going to get just what you give. You will reap what you sow. You might not reap it in this life, but I guarantee you, you will reap it in the next one. Now, guys, I love you. Not nearly as much as God, but I love you. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to put the work in to get there. I think it's time we all start working and acting more like Jesus and less like the mantle of Christian. You need to act more like Jesus and less like the world's version of a Christian. I love you guys, not nearly as much as God, but I love y'all. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye now.